Colonel Sanders' descendants accidentally gave away a list of the 11 herbs and spices.
Howdy folks, I'm Colonel Sanders and you're not. I'm getting really tired of this topic. Joe Ledington is not a descendant of Colonel Sanders. He is a step-nephew, or was, and he's a descendant of the Colonel's second wife, Claudia. Now, Claudia, my family loved very much. She treated us like we were her own family. Joe Ledington, however, has been proven a pathological liar through this recipe and through what his family has said and people who have talked to him that came to me. People from Corbin, Kentucky told me that my uncle diddled people, told me that my uncle was a racist, told me that my uncle did all these horrible things, and it's quoted from the people in Corbin that I met that it came from Claudia's family. When I first heard that, I said, oh, bullcrap. I can't believe anybody in the family of any kind would say anything like that about the Colonel. Well, then Bubba Hall comes to my page and he starts saying those exact things after bragging about the Colonel and Joe Ledington getting the recipe from the Colonel. And I have these receipts on YouTube if you're interested in watching this. And Bubba Hall had confirmed for me that these rumors did originate from Claudia's family. And they're nothing but lies, disgusting lies. And he only brought those rumors up after I said, I'm told the Colonel didn't care for Joe much, so I don't know why you guys are even bragging about having the recipe or things that belong to him. And they completely switched up. Now let's talk about this recipe and how it's fake. I have proven this time and time again. Again, on YouTube it's easier to find, and if you actually care about the content that you're making and all the other people that are making content similar, you could take the little bit of time to do more research, actually look at a descendant of Colonel Sanders' page that has provided facts and resources to confirm or deny the information that you're about to put on your YouTube channel, TikTok page, Instagram page, whatever it is. I guarantee this video is on every platform. Salt is listed as one of the 11 on Joe's recipe. Salt cannot be one of the 11. The Colonel has told my great-grandfather Charles Sanders and many other members of the family and other people that he was interviewed by that salt was not part of the 11 herbs and spices. It was always added to the flour after the 11 were mixed with the flour. This is how I do it in the method of making the chicken that I did on YouTube. A year ago, I posted my own theory, but nobody quotes that theory, which has resources, has receipts to back up factually each ingredient that I spit out, except for two that I found through a theory of mine and through the family. But we want to talk about Joe Ledington's. It's no longer done that way today. The salt comes pre-mixed in the seasoning package. Number 4, if you look at it closely, a lot of people just read over it, think it's oregano. Well, it says oregano. Oregano doesn't exist. Right there also disproves it. The next part is it's not the Colonel or Claudia's handwriting, and I proved this on YouTube with side-by-sides. There are plenty of things that could prove that this recipe is completely bogus. They're out in plain sight. The Chicago Tribune didn't look at it. The other news outlets didn't look at it. Jordan the Stallion didn't look at it. Matter of fact, Nick Giovanni didn't look at it. I think the only person that even remotely thought of something wrong with this recipe was Glenn from Glenn and Friends. I have spent the last 3 or 4 years on TikTok and YouTube defending Uncle Harley's legacy. I've called out impersonators that for years have been sucking off of his image and trying to become the next big Colonel Sanders, fighting with other impersonators, harassing my family, grooming me when I was younger for information, harassing me, slandering me for not endorsing them publicly. I've called out many impersonators. I've called out many large content creators that are spreading this bogus recipe or just clinging on to Colonel Sanders' name and recipe for the sake of clicks and views. I've called out many people for years who have been pretending to be related to the Colonel, even came to my page to say, hey, I'm related to the Colonel. I go, hey, no, you're not. Your last name's Sanders. There are no other Sanders. Unless you're willing to do a DNA test with me to prove it. Because every single Sanders in the family, except for Clarence's side, has died or married out. It just annoys me. I have countered this so many times. And when Joe eventually does see it, if he hasn't already, he's going to see over 100 videos of me saying the same thing about him, about this recipe, and about the rumors that have been spread around by his family and by Bubba Hall, who is his family. And it's going to get annoying to him. And that's not my goal, to annoy him by repeating it, because I should only have to say it one time, because he showed it one time and it went viral. So me putting the facts out there should be said one time and go viral, but unfortunately the truth isn't what goes viral. So I have to repeat it over and over and over again until it finally does go viral. The day this goes viral, I will never talk about Joe Ledington again.